Alright, so this gonna be my trade journey right here. I've been trading for about the past month or two, but I guess the last 2 months I've been very seriously trading, and the last month about been very seriously trading, just using it to learn. And I'm just gonna break down all of my failures so that I can look back at this and fix any failures that I have. So, one thing that I had noticed first was the trend. Following the hour trend does a lot for you. If you just look at the hour trend or the 4 hour trend and see what that is, that'll give you an idea for the day. There's a lot of times that I have predicted trades and they were correct, but we'll get into that. So I predicted trades and they were correct, and they ended up going in that direction, all because of the hour candle. And there were certain trades that I had personal bias into, and I didn't get them because it followed the trend. And I didn't believe in the trend at the time. I thought it was going to reverse, and it didn't reverse. So the trend is your friend, and that's basically it. And follow that trend line. Now, into that, right? A lot of trends that I had correct, I didn't hold long enough. There was a lot of times where I would get out of the trade, or I'd have my stop loss way too thin, and that would end up messing me up so much, bro. And it's just like, you really can have a lot of these trades if you just work on your confidence of the actual trade. And that means just being able to stay in it, win or loss, because honestly, you're losing this much to make this much, and a lot of the times the amount you're losing to make the amount that you could make is nothing. So it's like, you might as well just hold that shit. Just hold that shit. And if it gets to a point where you feel is enough money that you are cool with getting out the trade, put a falling stop there. You know what I'm saying? Put the falling stop there. If it boosts up more, boom, more money. If it goes to your falling stop, you're happy. You know that you hit the point that you wanted to hit. But following that trend line is really good. And looking at the past and seeing what the past had did is really good. There's a lot of trades that I really get into and I get out of like fear, or I'll get into a trade late out of FOMO. And that just ruins a lot of things, because if you just have one strategy, take one strategy and just use it, keep using it and keep using it, and better yourself. Don't, like, you can better the strategy in a way, but better yourself, and that will better the strategy, because a lot of the things is a mental game. And it's also depending on what are you actually shooting for. Are you trying to shoot for longer trades? Do you want to hold for the week, or do you just want to get in, get out? And so that's another part of it. Take your strategy and really just stay with it. Stop jumping the strategies. It really does not help. Find one strategy. I find the support and demand zones are really, really good, because most times around those zones, it does something. If it breaks through, it typically goes to the next zone, and that gives you just easier time by just marking those out. But that's just my strategy. And if your strategy is something else, maybe you just buy the dip or buy low, sell high. It's just simple, and that's fine, bro. Do your strategy, but I just say keep on your strategy and just work on it really hard, and just look at what you're doing wrong, because a lot of the times it's really just what you're doing wrong. Because you look at a trade and you're like, damn, I could have made this much, or damn, I just lost, or damn, I just revenge traded. But that's another thing. You end up blowing your portfolio of revenge trading, because there's been times where I've revenge traded and it really does not help me out. It messes me up. I'll be like, damn, I missed the trade that I calculated so hard because maybe I'm at work or whatever it is. And then I'll revenge trade, and then that ends up making me lose money instead of gain money. So it's really important to, don't take crazy amounts of trades. Just take enough trades, like one or two, honestly, and just hold them Jones for a while. And if you're right, you're right. You're wrong, you're wrong. And you learn from each loss. And that's really what I've found the most useful. Learn from each loss, and really, I think that we're on a really good path, because every single day I have predicted the trend. I predicted certain things to happen. Sometimes my predictions will be just not exactly on point, but they're similar. Like yesterday in gold, I predicted it to have a retrace, and I bought anyways. And it did have a retrace, and the retrace was way deeper than I thought it would be, and that's why I lost. Because instead of just letting it finish its retrace and then just buying when it was low, or buying when it actually passed my signs and gave me good indication, I just went in. And that's a lot of the problem right there. Make sure your trades are just calculated. It's really just getting your mind right with the trading shit. But honestly, I could see how people can make a lot of money trading. And this is just my start. I'm not balling. I'm not balling. I just feel my education's getting good, and I just want to document it so that when I get better, I can see what was wrong, or I can look back at these videos and be able to take things from these that I may end up forgetting or whatever it is. But my main things, if I was to summarize everything, is believe in yourself, buy the trend, and some days you don't even need to trade. Like certain days it's okay. Certain days you see that it's not right, maybe look for a different market or just don't trade, and boom, find what you actually like trading to. Find a pair. You don't gotta keep on hopping through pairs and whatnot. Find what you like trading, bro. Or whatever works for you. Honestly, just monopolize on what works for you and get your feelings in order, because you got to be able to accept the loss, and losses come, and it really is nothing, because on the journey, when you get to that point where fucking $100 or $1,000 loss is nothing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So we're all trying to get rich out here. I'm trying to get rich out here. So we're gonna see. I'll make like a video a week to kind of just get my thoughts out and see where my head's at the next week. And this is Wednesday. So on this day, Wednesday, whatever type of Wednesday it is, we'll see. Have a great one.